Hello, Just Too Good here. Today we're taking a look at the LEGO Ninjago 2020 Kai's Mech Jet set, which has a total of 2 minifigures, 214 pieces if I'm not mistaken, and retails for $20 in the United States. This was sent to me early by LEGO, so thank you for sending me that, but all opinions in this video are my own. First minifigure is Digikai, and this is his design without all those weapons and armor. Still looks pretty cool, and this figure does come in quite a few of the sets, including the arcade pod, so it's not anything hard to get, but still a pretty cool design. I like the face print underneath where he has a visor at one side, which works pretty well with the cowl or mask, whatever you want to call it. And then at the back side, he has a pretty shocked expression, which also works well with that mask piece. And here's Digikai decked out with all of those accessories and weaponry. He has a different name tag from Richie. I also like this new piece, which is a controller handle for different weapons. You do get that in a different color later on in the set. And at the back, you can see how this part kind of equips, where this is actually a pole connection piece. I was expecting it to be just one whole piece, but no, this top part can connect to any pole. And then that just connects to the sword holder, which has a hole in it. It works out pretty well. This minifigure is Richie, and he is not exclusive to this set. He actually comes in quite a few of the sets, so he's not particularly rare. But I still like this design with this new molded head. And that is just one piece besides the hair part. If you want to see how it looks underneath, see, it's one of those ones with the 4-point connections. This hair part just connects to a stud at the top, which is hollowed in. So I could see some people customizing there. But other than that, there is a lot of weapons and everything that comes with him. So let's deck him out. And here's Richie all decked out with that added weaponry and also this avatar part at the back, which I guess is his name tag. I like getting this piece in black as well, which is quite interesting. Honestly, he does look pretty kick-ass with all the equipment on. So this set is a 2-in-1 where you can make this mech into a jet as well. We'll take a look at that later in the video, but first let's take a look at the two builds that stay with both of the different alternate builds. And those builds include this sword holder here, which uses a stickered design. Also this sword piece at the top, and that also comes in the Empire Dragon set in this same color scheme. But I think those are the only two sets that it comes in, so maybe I'll stay exclusive. And over here is Richie's surfboard, I guess would be the best way to call it, but I don't know the technical term since this hasn't aired yet, and LEGO didn't give me any info. It's a pretty simple build that I have seen appears in other sets, where they use the surfboard piece, the boomerang piece at the bottom, and then this little clip with a stud on it. Works pretty well. And for Kai's mech, I actually like this better than, say, the superhero ones this year. It's more anime inspired and actually has less articulation, but just as a whole looks more interesting with a more unique color scheme and just a more complete look in my opinion. Starting with the cockpit, it's pretty easy to add or remove Kai. All you have to do is push this forward, and on the inside there's two studs where the back of his legs attached to. There's not too much else going on in the cockpit, and I think this front part right here does a good job of making it look more complete than it is. There's some stickers on there, actually 3 to be exact, and to the right there's these blaster arms, and actually each of the arm builds are different. So right here, there's a point at the shoulder for a mini ball joint, and then there's a midsection in between the hand and that, I guess, back side of the arm. These two stud shooters are on this right side, and now I probably lost those forever, but thankfully it's a common stud. And to the left, there's another arm, again, with 2 ball joints, one at the shoulder and then one at this middle section. But this one has this really cool looking sword. I like how it's translucent neon green, and I believe that shaping is new for 2020. And the sword-like design also serves as wings at the back of the mech, where you have them at the bottom part, and then these smaller sections with this white at the top. It actually looks pretty cool. I almost forgot, because I don't point this out in directions, but at the side of these arms, they actually have these clips where you could hold some weapons. For the legs, they connect at the hip joints, and there's no knee joints, but there are joints where the feet are at, and those all use these larger ball joints. I can see some people getting annoyed that they don't use any knee joints, but I think the articulation here is fine, and you guys will see me demonstrating it in a bit. Other than that, for the legs, there's sticker details, some more details at the side of the feet, and another sticker used at this other side, and not too much going on at the back side of the feet. But even without the knee joints, there's much opportunity to make for some cool action poses. And of course, I had some fun doing that. But either way, let's rebuild this mech into the second build. So the design of Kai's jet isn't half bad. I'm actually surprised at how much I like this. It has a really interesting color scheme. I mean, it's white, red, and translucent neon green. Usually that wouldn't work, but it actually works quite well here. It's very simple as it uses less pieces than the mech build, with very small wing designs and a very small base design in the cockpit area, which you could fit one minifigure sitting down. It's kind of interesting because they use this new controller piece as the actual controller for the mech, which I thought was a pretty nice addition. How it works is it just has a bar in the middle, and that's going to be something that I can see a lot of people making their custom minifigures hold. Also, this front part was one of my few problems with this set. It has a clipped connection with a handlebar, so you can move it up and down, but what ends up happening is a lot of times it just pops off like it just did right now. It does hide one thing which could be considered the play feature of this build, and that is these little stud shooters here. Yeah, nothing too special, but beyond that, I don't have too much else to say. There's not too much else going on here because it does use so little pieces, but it works for what it is, and let's take a look at the packaging and then the final verdict. The box for the set is a thin $20 box size, and I kind of like how they don't even have a back. It's just two separate sides of the front of the box for each build. As for the instructions, the only interesting ad is found at the back of the first one, which does have a LEGO Life design, but more specifically, this pretty cool poster here. Oh, and the set also has additional stickers if you want to pimp out your designs. I really like the M-Tron logo there. So overall, Kai's Mech Jet, while not the best set out there, is a really fun $20 set. I think both builds are pretty good, and I think they don't feel very repetitive, which is good, because jets and mechs are something LEGO does quite a bit. The minifigure selection is fine, nothing mind-blowing and nothing like amazing. And the pieces here are fine, nothing mind-blowing, nothing amazing, but some cool selection if you're not going to get too many of the more expensive sets. So as a whole, I'd rate this one a B. I think it's a really cute set for $20. But that's it for now. Hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I'll see you guys later. Peace out.